Tonight, a controversial DA faces an effort to force him off a case involving outgoing House Speaker Glen Casada.
That effort from the lawyer for a student protester who's accused of throwing a paper cup at the speaker cites Craig Northcott's well-known biases against Muslims and members of the LGBT community. And it accuses the DA of being racially insensitive.
News Channel 5 Chief Investigative Reporter Phil Williams first broke this story online today. Phil, what's this all about?
Well, Craig Northcott was appointed as a special prosecutor after our investigation raised questions about whether the House Speaker's office altered an email in an attempt to frame the student activist. Now the activist and his lawyer say they need a prosecutor who's not biased.
I politely declined any comment on camera, and I would ask you to respect it.
Coffee County DA Craig Northcott has faced serious questions ever since his appointment as a special prosecutor in the case involving student protester Justin Jones. Jones, who was on Capitol Hill this past session protesting Republican policies, was arrested back in February when he allegedly threw a cup onto an elevator that Speaker Casada had just boarded. Casada's office then tried to get Jones's bond revoked for supposedly violating a court order to have no contact with Casada. They pointed to this email where the date of the email appeared to have been altered.
And again, I just cannot stress enough, this was done to take away somebody's freedom. It was done to put me in jail.
But the motion filed by Jones's attorney says Northcott never asked experts with the TBI to investigate the altered email and never spoke to Jones, arguing it is impossible to adequately conduct a criminal investigation of members of the General Assembly without the use of law enforcement or speaking with the alleged victim. The motion also cites Northcott's statements against the LGBT community, against Muslims, and against black athletes who took a knee during the national anthem. It argues that given the fact that race is heavily involved in this case, the defendant submits that, again, General Northcott is not the appropriate person to handle this prosecution.
Now, so far, General Northcott has not responded with a filing of his own to that motion. That hearing, that case is expected to be heard by a Nashville judge next week. In the newsroom, Phil Williams, News Channel 5 Investigates.
All right, Phil, thank you. Of course, our Investigates team is dedicated to holding the powerful accountable and keeping you informed every step of the way. If you'd like to read about these stories in more detail, you can go to newschannel5.com.